Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the FU Career and Placement Office Pre-Employment Preparation or PEP Talk webinar series for the second semester of 2020-2021. My name is Ron Gascon, and I'm the coordinator of FEU Career and Placement Office, and I am your MC this afternoon. PEP Talk is a regular virtual series designed to prepare the graduating students for employment by equipping them with the necessary knowledge through talks touching on various topics delivered by industry professionals and experts. And on your screens now, you can see our previous PEP Talk webinars done last semester. You may rewatch them on your most convenient time at the Career and Placement Official Facebook page and at the FEU YouTube channel. Today's webinar is being live streamed via Microsoft Teams. We are also live by FU and CAPO official Facebook pages. To participate in our question and answer segment, you may submit your comments and questions anytime by posting at our conversation page. It can be found at the right side of your screen if you are using a desktop, or at the live Q&A tab if you are using mobile phone or other portable device. For our viewers watching through the FEU Facebook live streaming, you may also post your questions on the comments section as well. Is time indeed the new currency in the workplace? How do you effectively manage such currency? Is time management still part of the essential skills in the new normal? The FEU Career and Placement Office presents its first pre-employment preparation talk or PEP talk for the year 2021. Time is the new currency. Developing your time management skills in the new normal. This episode is in collaboration with the Alumni Relations Office and with Shanghai Syndicate as our digital media partner. Stay tuned as we learn more on the importance of managing our time as a valuable resource in the world of work. Just a reminder, please make sure that your microphones are on mute to avoid causing any unnecessary noise. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the rest of the program. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening remarks, may I call on the Director of the Career and Placement Office, Ms. Maria Carmencita Babes Suva Alfonso. Ma'am, the screen is yours.
Hi, thank you very much, Sir Ron. Our distinguished speaker, our Senior Vice President Maria Teresa Trinidad Tino, Assistant Vice President Generoso Pamitan, deans, faculty members, students, and co-employees, good afternoon. And thank you for taking a time out of your busy schedule to join us today. In the past 2 semesters, we learned how to cope in this new normal. We learned how to navigate and adjust on how things will be, even after the pandemic. We don't wait for things to happen, we make things happen. The FEU Career and Placement Office, or CAPO, has successfully run a series of webinars last semester, a total of 15, if I may say, to give our students the basics of working and finding a job amidst the new normal. We have also successfully rolled out all other online activities designed to help prepare our internship and graduating students for the new world of work. Online mock interview and coaching, online exclusive recruitment, student exposure to industries, to name a few. As we provide a holistic approach in our students' career development, we continue to offer meaningful activities and programs to help prepare and guide them in their life design. Whether they want to have a successful career, build their own empire, or a freelance professional. With the advent of pandemic, our pep talk has covered numerous subject matters not only on pre-employment preparation, but other important topics that would equip our students with the essential know-how on entrepreneurship, personal development, as well as continuing education such as finding scholarships abroad. Let me show you a short video clip of Kapos activities last semester. As we continue to provide our students and graduates with meaningful activities, the Kapos shall deliver more programs beneficial to our students to thrive in the new normal. Please check out our event posters and calendars. We shall be posting all this in the official FEU social media sites and Canvas. For this episode titled Time is the New Currency, Developing Your Time Management Skills in the New Normal, we are grateful to be joined by an alumna who is a certified life coach and a certified international human resource manager with extensive experience in the talent acquisition industry. We are indeed lucky to have her today as she will be able to give valuable insights. Be brave because Tama Raos, I believe, have always been resilient to whatever comes our way. Please remember that. Okay, and now without further ado, allow me to introduce our speaker. She is a human resource practitioner for over 25 years with expertise in talent management, sourcing and recruitment, career and succession management, performance management and scorecards, organization development, training and compensation, and benefits management. She rose from the ranks and started working in the bank industry as teller and branch marketing associate at United Coconut Planters Bank. She then became head of employee relations and organization development for East West Bank, then became the Assistant Vice President, Head of Career and Talent Management at RCBC Savings Bank, and then transferred to Maybank to be Vice President, Head of Human Capital. Currently, she is the Vice President, Head of Human Resources Division and General Services for UCPB Savings Bank. She has been a consistent volunteer coach in our online mock interview with coaching and a true selfless Tamarao who is always willing to help and give back to her alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to your screen our distinguished FEU alumna, Ms. Christine Renton. Ma'am, good afternoon. Thank you very much for being here. Ma'am,
Afternoon.
nakamute. Ayan. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Babes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you po for being here.
Good afternoon, nakakatama raw. And all those who are watching, magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. So, I am very glad and I am very privileged to be here to again share with you something I know. We hope that I hope at the end of this talk, you will be able to share your questions or you can share your insights after this. This should be short. This should be short but sweet afternoon. So medyo maikli lang to para hindi tayo. This is the most unholy hour of the day, sabi nga. So nakakaantok da. So bear with us. So let's start. So there. So today I will share with you one of my favorite topics. This is time management. I find the topic very interesting as it says time management is the new currency. Developing your time management skills in the new normal. So, bakit ano pa ang lumang definition nga ng time? Sabi natin, time is gold. Siyempre, pagka meron nagtanong, what is time? Time is gold. How do we define gold ba? Or currency? Parang pareho naman, di ba? Dati kasi, ang gold daw, yan ang ginagamit natin to buy things. Ngayon, currency na. gold or currency, it just shows that time is important. And look, it says developing your skill, time management in the new normal. Develop. It means you have the skill already. I-develop kasi natin siya. It's not something that we will acquire today. When we talk today, we are not acquiring it. We will be developing the skill. Right? When we say skill, is the ability to do something well. So we are able. It is there already. Hindi natin siya hahanapin ngayong hapon na to. Please remember, meron na tayo nitong time management skill na to. So we'll just have to develop. So ang sabi din dito sa topic natin, it's the new normal. Naku, araw-araw nating kaya naririnig yan. Ito na ang new normal natin. Ito na yung normal natin. Pero is it really for now only, time management? Or we were doing it before, but we did not even notice it? Because we were running after it. Kasi noon parang wala tayong panahon. Habol lalo lang natin siya ngayon na highlight. So, define na natin siya. Sabi natin, time is free, but it is priceless. So, ano sabi? It's treasury. Why is time priceless? Because we cannot buy it. Do you remember the times you were reviewing your exams? Di ba parang ang ikli ng oras? Hindi ka pa tapos mag-aral, pero gabi na. Or when you are with your friends and ayaw nyo maghiwa-hiwalay kasi parang kulang pa ang napagkwentuhan. Pero uwian na kasi. How about the times that you are with someone you don't like? Sabi ng thought balloons mo, sayang naman lang ang oras ko dito. Sana nagkaroon na lang ako ng M. O sana nanonood na lang ako ng Netflix. Treasure time. By choosing the activities the people want to spend our time with. So time is free, but it's priced. So let's treasure it. Again, what else? Sabi, you can't own it, but you can use it. So use it intelligently. And of course, hindi natin siya pwedeng angkinin. Sabi nga, tiram lang ang bawat oras natin. So better use it intelligently. Find activities worthwhile that you can benefit from and you can use to enhance your talent or you can gain knowledge from. Spend this with people you can learn from, not with people who bring you down the drain. People with negative energy, nakakahawa yan. Tandaan natin, nakakahawa ang merong negative energy. Okay? So next, ano daw sabi? Can't keep the time, but you can spend it. Spend it prudently. Okay? Do not procrastinate. Spend each time, each minute as if it is your last. Iba nga, if meron kang konting barya sa bulsa mo, then you have to choose, am I buying something I want or something I need? Same with time. Will I spend it in something I just want or in moments that I need it? Is it bad to play games in your PC or cell phones? Or to get some sleep? Tamad bang matatawag ang mamasyal sa mall or umupo sa park?
Hello?
Are we still live?
Yes, ma'am. We're still live po. Yes, we can hear you, ma'am. Apo, ma'am. We're still live po.
Okay, are we still live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We can hear you po. Sige po. Thank you po, ma'am.
Okay. So, ang hirap talaga, no? Ito na ang time natin. Kapag ganito na napuputol pag live, no? Mahirap talaga. So, can you still see my my presentation?
Yes, Ma'am Christine, we can see the
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's continue, guys. Okay. So, as I was saying, I was asking kung yung bang paglalaro natin ng games or sa cellphone or pagtulog natin or matulog tayo minsan, tamad bang matatawag yung mamasyal sa mall o sa park, tumitig ka sa kawalan. Sabi ko nga kanina, hindi. It is your me time. To you, that time ain't my friend, ang dami nating reklamo, naku kasi kulang ang time ko kulang kasi ang panahon ko kaya hindi ko nagawa. So, paano yun? You have to get it back. You have to find time. You have to find time. Let us refocus, be on track, make time. Are we still on?
Yes, ma'am. We are still on po. Yes po, ma'am. Yes po, Ma'am Christine. We can see your presentation po.
Okay, are we still on?
Yes po, ma'am. We can see your presentation po.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let's continue. So as I was saying, let us refocus, be on track, and make time, okay? Let's go back to our goal. Let's get up and let's step forward. Okay, so now that we have a bit defined, I know that you have already in your mind define what is time for you kasi iba-iba talaga tayo ng definition kung ano ba yung time, no? So I just want to share with you that when you manage your time, always remember that this is managing yourself. Baka akala natin, simple lang naman yan, magmamanage lang ba ng time? Okay lang yan. It's equal to managing yourself. And when you say managing yourself, it means you're leading yourself. Okay, when you do that, when you lead yourself, it means, gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo that when we leading ourselves is one of the leadership competencies. So, hindi siya sasabihin natin, hindi, sarili ko lang naman yan okay lang ako. No. One of the leadership competencies is leading yourself or managing yourself. So, it is very important that managing your time is one of the basics, okay, of a leadership competency. Always remember this, okay? So, maging boss. Alam ko we're graduating this year or next sem. Syempre gusto natin we go up the ladder. So before we do that, bago natin siya pangarapin, let's go back to basics. The first thing we have to do is really to manage our time. So my question is, how do we balance our time? So paano ba natin siya ma-juggle? So how do we balance our personal and work life? How do we define work-life balance? Ito pa ang isang statement na lagi nating naririnig. Naku, wala ka nang kailangan magkaroon tayo ng work-life balance. Lagi natin yung naririnig. So, question. Ganito, minsan may comment. Weekend. Yung mga magtatrabaho na, ito, that's why we're here. Kasi gusto natin kahit papano, malaman natin paano ba tayo mag-start. Paano ba tayo makakapag-umpisa pag nagtrabaho tayo? Trabaho ba agad? Hindi natin alam, it's not the work first, it's ourself first. So, oras natin ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. Ito na magiging scenario, you will remember this when you're already working. Sasabihin niyo ganito, weekend, huwag kang sasagot ng tawag ng boss mo ha. Huwag kang mag-uwi ng work sa bahay. Did you know that each of us has their own definition of work-life balance? Kasi before, parang ang definition niya is, pagkatapos ng office, Huwag ka nang sumagot ng tawag kasi kailangan balanse ang buhay mo. Tama naman yun. Parang nung unang nagiging uso tong work-life balance na to, laging iniisip na ganun, ba't ka sasagot? Sabado ngayon. Huwag ka nang sumagot. Well, baka nga totoo. Trabaho tayo, trabaho ba
We're just
agad?
waiting for
Hindi natin alam, it's not the work first, it's our.
Yes, we're just waiting for Ma'am Christine to reconnect. I think we have some issues with the connection. We really understand this is really happening in the new normal, and I'm sure that our listeners now, our students, are now, of course, you're trying to get some of the notes now from the early parts of the presentation. You can also compose your questions so that later we can ask our guest speaker for your question. So please start composing some of your questions, no, and we'll be attending to that later. No, thank you. So for the students, we're just trying to reconnect. No, anyway, we will be back very shortly. We're just experiencing some issues with the connection with our speakers, no, internet connection. Okay. You may start posting some of your questions in the live event Q&A part of our MS Teams, and we will try to see and prioritize now. Okay, your questions later. I think our speaker was actually mentioning earlier about the work-life balance, especially for those who are taking their student apprenticeship program. It's really important that you understand this early, the concept of how do you really create a balanced look and the perspective in terms of your work and life. What do we really mean by working after the so-called office hours? Is it something that you would like to pursue and continue? Is it something that should be allowed or should not be allowed in a certain workplace? What are your thoughts on that? Like picking up from what the speakers mentioning earlier, if ever you're given a chance to work in a certain office, what constitutes a specific design that will help you create a balance between life, work, and of course whatever is in between. Okay, and also the speaker also mentioned earlier about the importance of understanding the concept of time. It's priceless, but it's now seen as the new currency, which means that today in our time, it's really important that we look at time as a valuable resource. It's not something that we can just look at, not really connected to our growth, in our career. So we have to also connect how time management is seen through the perspective of a successful career person, a professional, and how a certain person or a certain professional, specifically those in the workplace, will be handling issues when it comes to time management. I think later on we can ask questions to our speaker for us to maybe ask her personal experience, because as we know, She is the Vice President for UCPB Savings Bank, and of course, with her vast experience, she would give us a lot of advice on how we can prioritize tasks that are equally important and urgent. Okay, I think Ma'am Christine is here again with us. She's still uh, next.
Hi,
Yes,
Ron.
yes, Ma'am Christine. Yes, we're so happy you're back and connected.
Hi, I'm sorry
First,
guys. Medyo the connection is acting up. So hindi natin maintindihan. Talaga yata nagiging challenge to, no? Talagang sina-challenge tayo dito. May time management challenge tayo dito, di ba?
connectivity
Kahit ang
challenge.
topic natin ngayon, no, sina-challenge tayo kung mamamanage natin ro ng time natin. Oh, so now, can we continue already? Ayan, so I think I don't know where I stopped, no, kung kailan naghuminto ito, but I want to continue with what I was trying to say earlier about how we balance our time, no. So I was saying earlier that there are people who do not want to be disturbed during weekends. It is their family time and it is their personal time. Pero there are people also who spare a few hours finishing their work on a weekend because they want to add more time to their work week. This is for their peace of mind. So yung second, I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if you heard me, pero ako yung may doon sa second. Doon ako, mas applicable sa akin yun. That I need to do some work on a weekend kasi alam ko hindi siya natatapos. Totoo din naman yung pag sabi na, hindi naman matatapos ang trabaho. So, tigilan muna natin yan. Pag nasa bahay tayo. Kaya lang, each one has all his or her preference in terms of quality time and quantity time. So, it means there are things that need quantity time to have quality output like research. But there are things that does not need quantity time but can produce quality output like a short call from a friend or a loved one. So ako, when I was, when I had yung anak ko, nung maliit pa siya, about 2-3 years old, I was working all throughout. So hindi ako tumigil mag-work. Lagi kasi sinasabi na tumigil ka na para mas marami kang time sa anak mo. But, you know, when I was in FEU, taking up psychology during that time, sabi ng professor namin sa developmental psychology, alam nyo ba na yung parent na lagi nasa bahay, yung nanay nila lagi daw nasa bahay, mas mahaba yung oras na kasama yung bata, mas maganda, of course. Kaya lang, mas maikli daw ang pasensya ng nanay kasi mas madalas pa daw pagalitan dahil kinukulit, nangungulit, alam nyo na mga bata. So, ang sabi nila, if we opt to work the whole day, make sure that when we come home, we have quality time. At totoo nga yun. Because I spend about 30 minutes playing with my son. Bago matulog, I read him books during that time. And I think it worked. Because they don't really count the hours eh. They count the moments. So, hindi sila nakakabilang, ilang oras ko ba kasamang nanay ko, ilang oras ba kaming magkausap, or ilang oras ba kaming magkakwentuhan. Hindi eh. So, what we're trying to say is, yun yung may quality ang output mo. Okay? Others may count the hours, but others want to remember moments. Yun ang sinasabi natin. So, sige now, ang pag-usapan naman natin yung personal time. I have a question. How do you start your week? Siyempre, hindi naman kayo makakasagot sa akin. Di ba? Hindi ko kayo maririnig. Pero mamaya, kung may mga questions kayo, I would gladly reply to them hanggang sa makakayanan ko. Okay. When do you start your week? Or when do you di ba? Kasi ang sinasabi natin, kasi kapag the morning, ito yung morning, bukas na lang yan. Ito na, nagising ka nga ng maaga. Tapos nagpapalit ka ng damit. Kasi hindi mo pa alam kung yung susuot mo. Ano nga susuot ko? Yung mag-isip ka lang, ilang minuto na. Tapos pagkuha mo ng damit mo, sinukat mo, naku, hindi na kasya. Hanap ka pa ulit. Ay, hindi ka kulay nung sa blouse ko yung pantalon ko. Ano yung susuot ko? Naku, wala pala. Naku, hindi na kasya sa akin. Ayoko na tong kulay na to. Ay, may butas pala. So ang haba na ng oras mo, unlike kung gagabi natin yung inayos, alam na natin nakapagsuot pa tayo ng maayos at hindi pa tayo irritable. Kasi most often than not, ang nangyayari sa atin yung morning na yun, nagmamadali tayo. At mas madalas, mas marami tayong nakakalimutan. Ayan, nasira na ang buong araw natin kasi hindi tayo nagkaroon ng time management. Hindi natin siya naayos. Okay, so syempre, for sure, kung sino man ang mga nakikinig dito sa akin ngayon, it's either gagraduate pa lang tayo at magtatrabaho or mga nagtatrabaho na. So, pag-usapan natin yung work. Simple lang, this is so simple because if you will talk about time management, marami tayong pag-uusapan. Kaya lang, ito lang yung mga importanteng bagay para makapag-umpisa tayo. Okay, let's talk about work. Let's talk about work. So, paano ba tayo nag-manage ng time natin? Okay. Ang maisasuggest ko sa inyo, use a planner. Ano ba naman to? Tita of Manila? Kailangan may planner. Ang uso naman na ngayon, sa cellphone naglalagay. Well, be it old school paper and pen, ito po yun. Ito po yung planner na yun. Or, pwede naman po sa cellphone. Pwede rin. May notepad tayo sa cellphone natin. So, eto yan. Okay? So, pwede tayong gumamit ng planner. Okay? It's good. Either way. Kung saan tayo mas comfortable. Okay? Bakit tayo nagpa-planner? Bakit tayo gumagamit ng planner? Okay. Ay, yung iba pala, sabi nila, ay, pwede pa sa post-it? Pwede naman. Kaya lang, dapat itatago natin si post-it. Bakit? So, ito kasi yon. Ang una, is I am reminded when there is a planner, when I put the things I need to do there, I am reminded of the things that I need to do, that I have to do. Kasi una, bakit? Okay. Ako yata daw ang napakamatandaan ko. Pero ba't kailangan ko ng planner? Kasi syempre, medyo pag nagkakaedad ka na rin or biglang marami na pre-occupy ka, ang dami mong iniisip, marami ka nang makakalimutan. At like kung nakasulat siya, katulad niya, nakasulat siya, mas mababalikan siya. Okay, next, I appreciate me. I appreciate myself when I look at it at the end of the day kasi na-check ko siya. Meron kasi akong pan-check, sine-check ko siya na natapos ko na siya. I appreciate myself. I never waited for anybody to appreciate me that I've done a lot of things today. And it's okay to appreciate yourself. The only person and the first person who will appreciate ourselves is us. Okay? Third, bakit? I am ready tomorrow. Not only tomorrow, but the day after that, or the week after that, or every week. Ready na ako. Kasi nakasulat na lahat ng gagawin ko. Pwede ko na siyang isulat. Ayan o, meron na akong mga nakasulat na dapat kong gawin. Kasi yun yung mga bagay na hindi ko pa gagawin. So isusulat ko siya sa araw kung kailan ko siya gagawin. Hindi ko siya makakalimutan. Okay, alam ko yung iba gusto mga notepad nga, yung mga post-it. Kasi syempre, iba-ibang kulang, yung masaya, okay naman yun. But make sure that you have a place where you will put it para mas matandaan natin siya. Okay? But of course, lastly, bakit kailangan natin ng planner? It's because you can recount. You can go back to all the things you have accomplished way back. Okay, for those who will be graduating and for those who are working, who are listening here, always remember that pagka nagkaroon na ng performance appraisal period which happens this time of the year, eto na. Pag hindi nakapag-start ng maglista ng start of the year ng kanyang mga accomplishments, wala na tayong babalikan pag wala tayong planner. Unlike kung meron kang babalikan, whether your planner is paper or in a cellphone, in a notepad, it's okay as long as you can revert to it and check, ano ba ang mga nagawa ko? Or, biglang sabi ng boss mo, nagawa mo na ba to? Oo, nagawa ko na yan last week. Kailan ko ba yung nagawa? Anong date nga ito? So, you have your planner to go back to. So, that's the beauty of a planner. Okay? So, yan. Pag nagmi-meeting ako dito, lagi ko, pag nagpatawag ako ng meeting dito sa office, sasabihin nila sa akin, bit-bit na nila lahat. Ang planner nila or ang notebook nila at ang ballpen nila. Kasi alam nila, laging biro ko, sige na, magsulat na kayo. Kasi mamaya to, makakalimutan ko na yung mga sinabi ko. But that's only a joke. They know already that it's better that we write everything na napag-uusapan para mas madaling balikan. Okay? So, ano pa ba ang sa work? Okay, ang unang-una natin ay ang emails. Okay? Email messages. So, paano natin ito mamamanage? Ang emails, naku, napakadami na, especially now na puro tayo emails, yung iba nag-work from home, pag upo mo pa lang, puno na yan, bago ka umalis, parang wala na, pero meron pa pala. So, how do we manage it? First, you sort it. Okay? You sort it. First, must reply to emails. Ito yung mga emails natin na kailangan ng sagot agad. Alam mo na bukas, meron akong kailangan isagot. Kunyari, na kailangan kang sagutin na emails. I know there is a flag that you can put it in red. For all those who are not yet working, alam ko sasabihin ninyo, ano yun? You will realize that when you have your emails already. Pero siyang flag na red para masabi niyo sa mga flag. Ako nga, dahil pasensya na, titas, part ako ng ako, member ako ng Titas of Manila. So, meron akong ganito. Ano yun? So, sinusulat ko pag magre-reply ako sa emails ko. So, na-sort ko na siya. Sino yung must reply ko, di ba? The next one I will look at is from the sender. Ang inuuna ko, yung immediate supervisor ko kasi baka may utos. Okay? Baka kasi may utos siya. Tapos yung ibang mga department heads, tinitignan ko na rin. Or yung mga closely I am working with. Kasi sila yung mga tao natin na baka mamaya may kailangan sila para sa input ng trabaho nila. Okay? The last one is the date received from the oldest to the latest. Bakit? This is how we do it. You put it from the date, punta ka dun sa oldest, and then you choose a subject. Pag-click nyo ng subject, aakyat na ngayon lahat ng mga messages nyo. Lahat ng messages. Kasi baka mamaya, pag tingin mo sa dulo, sumasagot ka na, you're answering the emails, nung pala ang haba na ng conversation. So, nasayang yung oras natin, hindi mo na manage yung time mo. Tapos, nakakahiya pa kasi may solusyon na pala. Nagsasuggest ka pa dun sa una, di ba? So, at least, you sort it accordingly. So, date first from the oldest, and then choose the subject, and then you can see already all the replies there. So, alam mo na agad yung storya ng kwento. Mas mabilis magbasa ng 100 emails. Pagka minsan, 100 eh. Okay? So, yun. Ano pa ba? Another thing that we have to remember is really the reports preparation. Okay? So, paano ba natin ginagawa yun? You sort also. You sort. Let us sort the date of submission. Okay? Kailangan muna tignan natin ano ba ang reports na dapat kong isubmit. So, let us make sure na yung sasubmit nating report is yung pinakauna, hindi yung gusto lang natin gawin. Baka mami sabi mo, hindi, gusto kong gawin yun eh. Yun na lang gagawin ko. Hindi pwede yun kung anong type mo lang. Kailangan, syempre pag nag-work tayo, hindi naman na tayo para naglalaro. Pag ayaw mo, uwian na. Hindi ganun. Pag nag-work, kailangan nakafocus tayo at sabihin natin, kailangan kong tapusin tong trabaho na to. Kasi gusto ko tong trabaho pinasok ko. So una, sort, date of submission, hindi pwedeng, favorite ko to, mas type ko to, hindi pwede tayong ganun. So kailangan, ano ba yung date of submission para makamit tayo ng deadline. Okay? The last consideration when you do the reports preparation is the easiest to prepare and to the hardest. Bakit? Para out of your way na. For example, you have 4 reports to prepare. All at the same day na isasubmit. For example, March 1. The first thing, of course, you have to consider first kung lahat ng data nasa iyo na and then you prepare kung ano yung kompleto. But having all the data there and everything na sabay-sabay mo siyang gagawin, easiest muna para at least sabi mo sa sarili mo, good job, Christine, nakaisa ka na, 3 na lang. Pagka kasi yung matagal, yung pinakamahirap gagawin, hindi ka pa natatapos, tapos sasabihin ng 3 report sa isip mo, kami, kailan mo gagawin? Kami, kailan mo gagawin? Unlike yung pinakamadaling report, pwede mo na siyang gawin out of your way na. So, mas madali mo siyang matatapos. Okay? So, that's for our reports preparation. Kanya-kanya kasi yan. I cannot even tell everyone na what works for me will work for you. What we're sharing this afternoon ay mga bagay na pwede nyo lamang tignan kung magwo-work sa atin. Basta ang importante, mamamanage natin yung time natin at makakapag-submit tayo ng mga reports natin at makakasagot tayo ng mga emails at makaka-reply tayo sa mga taong kailangan. Always remember, when we work, let us respect other people's time. Ano yung inibig ko sabihin? Kung ano man ang ginagawa kong report is my output. That's the input of another person. Hindi magagawa ng susunod na tao na pagbibigyan ko yung trabaho niya kung hindi ko maibibigay on time yung trabahong galing sa akin. So, kaya ko sinasabi yan kasi syempre, different folks, different strokes. Yun ang sinasabi natin. So, bakit? Let us not expect others to be like us. That's one. This goes to people who value their time and to those who are just lax. So, who are just lax. What do I mean? There are people who move fast. They have a plan for the day. To them, if you move slow, you are not helping them achieve their desired work output. For the people who are lax and are slow to move, they see the mabilis kumilos people as OA. Sasabihin, naku, para naman mauubusan ng oras to. It is important that we will be very observant and we have to also be sensible and sensitive so we can make adjustments. Remember, less expectations, less frustrations. Okay? So, another golden rule about managing time for me is really being punctual. Did you know that my father is very punctual when coming to work? Ang lapit lang ng bahay namin sa trabaho niya. So nilalakad lang niya. Malapit yung eskwelahan ko sa opisina niya. So my father goes to his work earlier than anybody else. So imagine nyo, siya naghahatid sa akin sa school. So mula grade 1 ko, ako yata ang ginagawang pang-attendance ng teacher ko. And dala-dala ko siya up until this time. Umabot na ako sa yung guardia ng opisina. Dumating ako ng 8 o'clock ng umaga. Ang sabi sa akin, ma'am, akala ko po, absent ka. 8:30 pa ang pasok namin. Kung dumating kasi ako 6:30, 7. Kasi alam nyo ba kung anong pinakamaganda kapag ka mas maaga ka? Sabi ko nga dito sa slide, it is better if you come earlier than the agreed time. Bakit? Sa lahat ng papasok sa opisina. Una, less heavy traffic. Totoo yan. Uy, marami ng traffic ngayon. Kahit sinasabi natin naka-pandemic pa tayo. Less ang cramming. Tandaan natin yan. Another, I can revisit my planner. Makaka-strategize ako. Alin ba unahin ko? Magbabasa pa ako ng emails ko ng umaga kasi baka may sinipag bago umalis kahapon, nag-email pa. So mababasa ko pa siya. Kapi pa ako. At saka pwede pa akong magbasa ng libro. Pwede pa rin akong mag-meditate, mag-pray. I can do that. Habang wala pang tao, mas masarap magtrabaho pag wala pang ganong tao, walang kumakausap. Bakit? Kasi when you are just on time, most employees are in the office already as someone might be already waiting for you. Hindi mo man na ibababa ang bag mo, may kakausap na sa'yo. For sure yan. During meetings, tandaan natin, people will not wait for you. The speaker or facilitator of the meeting will start without you. Not because they want you to miss the topics. It is because they respect the people who came in early. If you want others to respect your time, respect their time too. Okay? So, remember again, respecting your me time is also respecting other people's time. So always remember, I am posting this question to you. You don't have to answer. You have to know what is quality time for you and what is quantity time for you? Which one do you prefer? You have to sort out sa sarili natin, sa sarili ninyo, ano ba yung sa tingin ninyo na mga ginagawa natin that kailangan ng quality time at quantity time. Okay? So, again, before I end this, because I only have 2 slides left, gusto ko lang i-remind sa inyo again that managing time is managing yourself. It means you are leading yourself, and it is a leadership competency. So if we want to go up the ladder, one of the basics you have to remember is to manage your time and do it wisely. Okay, so I think this slide will go after my last slide because there will be a question and answer portion. Okay, my last slide, if you have no more questions, is that time is free. Remember, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back. Okay, so to thank you for spending a few minutes of your time, and sorry for mga interruptions natin. Thank you so much for taking your time, your precious time in listening to me. Ron?
Thank you very much, Miss Christine Renton. Ma'am, thank you so much. We learned a lot from you today. Definitely, it was really motivating, inspiring, and truly informative talk. And we really listened to you and took down some notes here, definitely. And moving on, let's start with our question and answer segment. We are really excited, and we can see some questions here from our students, part of the audience. Let's start first with this question from Johnny May Mercado. What is the best advice you can give po to motivate those who procrastinate? Yan. So this is something for the students po, definitely. Yes, ma'am.
Oo, sige. Thank you for that question. Ayan, para ko Miss Universe. Ayan, maraming salamat sa question na yan. Oo nga, ano ba ang pwede nating i-advise? Actually, ganito yan eh. Mahirap po, unang sasabihin ko sa inyo, mahirap pong gisingin ang nagtutulog-tulugan, ha? Okay, tatandaan natin na hindi lahat po kasi ng tao na minsan po kasi ugali na. Okay, ko sige, ang sasagutin ko po yan na kunyari hindi ugali. Okay, yung mga, sige bukas na yan, may oras pa naman. Ganyan. So, ang suggestion ko lang is, let us not lecture on them. Okay, let us ask, ano ba ang objective nila at kailangan bukas pa. Tatanungin lang natin, bakit bukas ko gustong gawin? Tanungin lang natin, kailan mo ba gagawin? Kunyari may nagreklamo, scenario tayo ron ha, ganito. O may report, sa gagawin bukas. Paano mo hahatiin ang oras mo? So we cannot lecture on people kasi na sasabihin natin, ano ba dapat gagawin? Diba? Tayo yung meron tayong kausap na nagpro-procrastinate. O kunyari tayo yun. Tatanungin natin sarili natin, bakit ba bukas pa? Okay? Kunyari may kausap ka, yung kanginang scenario is, tanungin natin. Wag yung answerable by yes or no ha. Kailangan tanungin natin bakit bukas. Pagka sinagot na, nakikita ko na kayong lahat kahit hindi ko kayo nakikita. Of course, sasabihin nyo ganito. Wala, gusto ko lang. Sinagot ka. Okay. Hindi po tayo si Supergirl o hindi po tayo si Superman para kaya nating sagutin or i-save ang kahit sino mga tao. Ang kailangan lang natin is maging example tayo sa iba. Kasi pagka sinagot po tayo ng pabalang at sinabing tinanong ninyo at sinabi sa inyo na wala, gusto ko lang bukas. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ayaw po niyang magpatulong. Tatandaan po natin, ang mga taong gusto lang nating matulungan ay yung mga taong gustong patulong. Okay? So yun po, kung gusto nating alamin kung bakit, para ma-realize niya, bakit nga ba bukas pa? Pwede naman pala ngayon. Kasi kailangan nating ilatag sa kanila yung mga consequences. Kasi maaari na Hindi nila naiintindihan na bukas na lang. Ay, ito pala sasabihin ko sa inyo, baka makalimutan ko. May mga taong gusto talaga nagkakram, ha? Meron pong ganyan. Gusto talaga pong nagkakram. Kasi baka akala natin nagpo-procrastinate sila na alam na natin na totoo, pero sa kanila hindi sila nagkakram. So kahit na anong sabihin natin sa kanila, hindi po sila matututo. Okay? So sana nasagot ko po ang tanong ninyo. Next question, Ron.
Yes, Ma'am Christine, that's noted po. So we got that. We need to communicate and ask question to those people who we need to motivate rather when it comes to procrastination. This is a very
Ron, can I say something?
Apo,
Did you know, did you know that motivation comes from within? That is something I want to tell everyone, that before we expect that other people will motivate us, always remember that motivation comes from us. So hindi po tayo kailangan maghanap ng ibang tao para makamotivate sa atin o kung ano mang mga bagay. Ang motivation po ay nanggagaling sa atin. So tayo mismo sa sarili natin, sa isip natin, sa puso natin, ang nakakamotivate sa atin. But of course, it's a good thing that there are people who motivate us. Okay?
Yes po. Another valuable advice po from Ma'am Christine, self-motivation, and then we will ask help but we should start from us po. This is another question naman po, Ma'am, from Jobel Pumbas. The question is somehow a scenario type of question. I'll just read it po, no? Let's say you already manage your time, but at the middle of your work, you've been experiencing some stress, in the middle of the work. Is it okay to have a break time? And what is more important, your time that you already manage or your mental health? So it's like asking for a choice, to continue with the work and manage your time and your mental health po. Yan po, ma'am.
Okay. So first is it okay? Okay, tignan niyo kung nakuha ko ron ang tanong niya. Is it okay to take a break?
Apo.
Yes. Yes. In the middle of the day, you have to stand up. Okay, go somewhere outside if you want, walk, or if nasa bahay kayo dahil naka-work from home kayo o nasa bahay pa lang kayo or may ginagawa kayo, whatever, kung nasan kayong place, stand up. 5-10 minutes. So do something else, but always remember that you need to come back to do whatever you're doing. So pwede po yun. Okay, that is healthy. Okay, second question, Ron. What is more important is what? Is it work?
What's more important? Your time that you already manage?
You can stop. You can stop for a while. Okay, you can stop for a while for that time, because if you already practice the skill to manage your time, it means you can manage everything around you. Your mental health, physical health, emotional, spiritual, you can do that. Both are important. It's just that you have to really know which one is your priority. Meaning, ani urgent. Sabi niya na stress, kasi alam naman natin yung word na stress. Na-stress ako eh. Wala na pumapasok sa isip ko. You can stop. Kasi sabi mo, for my mental health, I have to stop this. Okay, it's okay. Stop. Rest. But you should know that you have to go back because there is work to be done, or there is an activity that you have to go to, or you make a decision if you do not want to do already the time that you managed. Kung ano man yung minanage mo ng oras na yon, it's your decision. Okay, which one is important to you? Kasi may iba, pag hindi ko nagawa itong trabaho ko na to, mas masakit sa ulo ko. Mas nawindang ako. Okay? So, merong iba naman, sandali, hinto muna ako. Magre-rest muna ako. Meron akong friend, pag hirap na siya, ayaw na niya, wala nang pumasok sa isip niya. Manonood ng Netflix. Sabi niya, isang movie lang, okay na ako. Pagkatapos ng isang movie niya, balik ulit siya. Okay? Always remember that when you do that, even if you have already managed your time, always remember, pag may ginawa kayo, edi syempre, i-manage ulit yung time niyo. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's interesting po that you mentioned that time management as a good time manager, it's interconnected to the different facets and aspects of your life.
Yes.
You can also manage your mental health, emotional, spiritual, and all. So that is interesting, as a reminder for all of us. Okay. There's another question here, but it's not posted here. But it's no, it's not. It's an anonymous question. I would like to read this. No, how do you calm yourself when you feel na parang kulang po ang 24 hours sa isang araw? I think sometimes we feel that, no, parang the 24 hours, no, lumipas na pala siya, no? Tapos you feel like you still need to do a lot of things. How do you calm yourself when you feel po na kulang ang 24 hours sa isang araw? Yes, ma'am.
Puputol ka ron.
Hi, hello ma'am. Can you hear me po?
Ayan.
Apo, how do you calm yourself when you feel po na kulang ang 24 hours sa isang araw? Kasi di ba, sometimes experience natin parang ang bilis ng araw, we feel like kulang ang 24 hours. Pwede bang maging 25 hours sa isang araw? Ganun po. Thank you, ma'am.
Pwede ba maging 28 hours, no? Parang ganyan.
Opo.
Pwede ba maging 9 days a week? Parang ganyan, di ba? Paano ba ang question niya is paano
How do
na
you calm?
mamanage?
Oh, yung calm po, siguro parang like anxiety po kasi minsan, di ba, you feel anxious, may anxiety ka dahil nga parang feeling mo kulang ang oras. How do you calm yourself daw po? Pag ganyan.
How do I calm myself? Okay. How do I calm myself, no? Okay.
Opo.
I would suggest that, for example, maraming na talaga. Okay. List down the things that you need to do. Okay, sabi niya, kasi lahat po kailangan ngayon. Lahat ng bagay po may napag-uusapan. Okay, sasample lang ko lang kayo. Baka mamaya, ano ba yan, work? Maraming dapat gawin, i-juggle. Talaga pong hindi magkakasya sa 24 hours. So, ang mangyayari lang dyan is you negotiate. So, for example, ngayong araw na to, kailangan maraming gawin. You just have to go. If it's work or may kausap kayong mga friends, gusto nyo pagsabay-sabayin, kayo na po yung mamili ng time na i-move siya ng ibang araw. Okay? Yun po ay solusyon. So every time in your mind, you will always remember when there are things to be done, always remember to put a solution to it. For example, ang dami, mamayang hapon, apat ang meeting ko, hindi kakayanin to kasi mai-extend yung time. Then, check with the 4 kung sino yung pwede nyong i-move. Find a solution. How do I calm myself? I find a solution. Kasi even if I always think, kailangan ko ng 24 hours, 26 hours, 28 hours a day, which is hindi naman, that's not reality. Ang reality is we can negotiate. I always tell that to myself. I have lots of work. Walang pong bilangan, lahat ng tao ganyan ang sasabihin. But I would always find a solution. So everything can be negotiated. Always remember that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we noted that, no, we have to really prioritize, no, like yun nga, when you mentioned that it seems like we don't have much time, and we really need to understand what are the things that we can move, we can transfer, we can prioritize for the day, you know. And speaking of that, I think the next question po is connected to that, no. What is this is from Christine Joyce Manzano, and she's asking, what is your advice or tips for those people who work slow but want to achieve their goal for the day? You mentioned about differences in personality po, no, earlier, but this person, parang you want the advice if someone is working slowly or someone who works really slow but want to still achieve their goal for the day po.
Ano, again, na-achieve ba niya yung goal niya?
The exact question po is, what is your advice or tips for those people who work slow but want to achieve their goal for the day?
But they want to achieve
Yes,
their goals. Again, I'll go back to my question. Ang unang tanong, gusto ba niyang patulong? Gusto ba niyang does this person want to be helped? That's one. Well, I assume yes, because we're saying na kasi gusto niya ma-achieve yung goal niya. Again, go back. Ask, what's the goal? What's the goal? Okay, if the person wants to be helped, The person who will help will just ask, what's your goal? Of course, ang sabi, I want to finish my work. Then ask, how will you finish your work? Siyempre, sasagot siya. Kailangan kagawin ko to, ganyan, 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 ganyan. Oh, okay. So, anong kailangan mo para magawa mo yan? Ito, mga kailangan kong things. Magagawa mo ba siya ngayon? Kanino mo siya kukunin? Saan mo siya kailangan ba i-research o may pagkukuhanan ka bang tao? Saan ba siya? Ngayon, pag sabi niya, meron. Okay. So, kailan mo siya dapat ipasa? Sabi, mamayang hapon. O kailan mo siya dapat gawin? Ngayon. O di ang sagot galing sa kanya. Always ask questions. And then from there, the person will realize that whatever he wants, he can get if he will think kung ano yung realities, ano ang goal niya, paano niya magagawa yung mga bagay. Kasi again, lecturing on someone will not really help. Because pag mabagal, ito tatandaan natin pag ikaw mabilis, ang tingin mo doon sa mabagal, 50% lang. 80 kilometers per hour ang takbo. Pero sila, feeling nila, naka 120 na sila. Kasi nga relative yung mabilis sa mabagal. So pag sinabi mo sa kanila, ang bagal mo naman, feeling nila mabilis sila. Diba? Tapos sasabihin niya, ano ba to? Lahat na lang ginawa ko. Pero hindi pa rin matapos ang trabaho ko. Pero sa tingin nung mabilis magtrabaho, mabagal kasing kumilos. So, relative kasi siya. So, just ask questions again. Ask questions. Okay.
So, it really boils down po, ma'am, no, to self-realization, self-reflection, and allow that person to understand bakit siya mabagal and what are the things that we can do to help that person. Okay, that's interesting po. So, we still have 2 more questions here that
Sure.
we'd like to focus po, no? This one is somehow challenging in a way, no? From John Christian Sumulong, he's asking po, if I were to ask you the top 4 words, no? 4 words you could give me to treasure my time more, what are these? Like key points po to always remember time management. Meron pa siyang 4 words. Ano yun?
4 words?
Oh, 4 words.
Ang pala niya, nag-revalida ako bigla ngayon, iho. Si John ba yan? John.
Christian Sumulong po.
Ano pa lang, John? Ako,
Yes,
siguro, ang unang-una kong makikita is, first is, for me, it's one is goal. Okay, for me to be able to know, to manage my time, I have to know what's my goal. In everything that I will be doing, I have to know what's my goal. Okay, second is, what are the realities that I have around so that I can manage my time. Why? Because if I know the realities within my reach, I would know what to manage and how to manage my time. Kasi pagka hindi ko mamamanage yung time ko kasi yung realities, pagka medyo out of reality ako, hindi ko mamamanage kasi hindi makatotohanan eh. So I have to do that, okay? And of course, I have to see also the opportunities outside me. As my example earlier, I would always look at it this way. Oh, ito yung opportunity ko. Okay, I have people who will provide me data, information, so I can do my work, or I can plan for a birthday party. So, ano yung mga opportunities ko na nandyan sa paligid ko? Okay? So, what are the 3 nga? 4 daw ang gusto ni ano?
Yes po, okay. Meron siyang requirement 4 words daw, ma'am.
Ang last word ko is way forward. When I already know my goal and the realities of where I am right now and the opportunities around me, I can already move forward, or I call it way forward. Why? Because I can already manage my time and move forward. Okay? So, John, di ba, John? Okay? And everybody else, always remember the GROW principle. GROW. When you know your goal and the realities around you and the opportunities that are there, then you can it's already way forward. So that's your way to move forward. Okay, so that's the GROW.
Yes, so another part of our notes, the grow model or approach when you look for, when you try to see yourself, know how to really manage your time and help yourself know manage your time effectively. Thank you. And we will be asking this last question as much as we want to really keep you, Ma'am Christine. I think this question is also representing other questions that I have here. This is from Yui Diamante, and the question is, how do you plan your work when you have multiple conflicting tasks? I think part of it also yung mga tasks na biglang sumisingit o nasisingit bigla no wala sa schedule or wala sa original plan or could be conflicting in terms of um, the deadlines and all po.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yes.
Oo, reality yan that you have already planned the whole day, tapos biglang may tumawag, biglang may nagpa-meeting, ganyan, 'di ba? So, ang nangyayari dyan is, I would always, first is, I have to accept the fact that it happens. So, para hindi tayo mainis. Kasi naiinis tayo minsan because, parang, ano ba naman to na, pagplanuhan ko na, okay? First is, you have to accept the reality that it happens, na may sisingit. Okay? When you have accepted it, it means ready ka na meron. Pag ready ka, alam mo na agad ang solusyon. Ibig sabihin, magmo-move ka ng time or bibilisan mo ang trabaho or magmo-move ka ng isang activity mo for the day for tomorrow. And then there goes again my answer that it can be negotiated. If hindi talaga, and then let's accept the fact that we have to extend a bit of a time. So first is accept that it happens.
Yes, another valuable advice. No, sometimes there are things that we just need to accept and just make sure that we just work on it, no, on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I think it's really helpful to understand that your mindset really matters, no, on
Yes.
at the onset, no, whenever you start your office work, the mindset is always to expect the unexpected sometimes, no. And speaker, she mentioned about the work-life balance and how this help us understand and value our work and prioritize the things that we do on a daily basis. She also mentioned about the quality time versus the quantity time, and sometimes even if you give shorter period of time, but you put your heart into it and you understand the value of what you're doing, then it will really go a long way. And she mentioned also the differences in personality in a certain workplace. It also is an issue when it comes to time management. We don't need to compare ourselves with other people, but we really need to focus on what we do and what we prioritize on a daily basis. And personally, I really like what you also, ma'am, shared about the GROW model, goal, realities, opportunities, and way forward. This is something that we would like to use as a way to evaluate, no, ourselves when it comes to having an effective time management approach or model. Thank you so much again, Ma'am Christine Renton. We would like to, at this juncture, we would like to thank our speaker, of course, Ma'am Christine Renton, the Alumni Relations Office, our digital media partner, Shanghai Syndicate, and of course, Sir Christian Evasco of the Marketing Communications Office. Thanks so much, Sir Ian, for making this webinar possible. There you have it. That concludes our pep talk for today. And thank you so much for attending, students. I hope that you learned a lot today. And we will see you again soon. On behalf of FEU Career and Placement Office, I hope that you will join us again in our next pep talk episode. Our next topic for next week is entitled Tama Raw, Understanding Online Work Ethics and Social Media Etiquette. This will be on Tuesday, February 23, 2021, same time at 3 p.m. For updates, please check the Career and Placement Office Facebook page from time to time for other announcements. And as we end, may we invite everyone to join us in singing the FEU hymn. Thank you so much.